Hey guys, Mike from We Watched the Movie here. Today I'm reviewing a film I saw in Nashville. I got a chance to see an early screening of it at the Nashville Film Festival, and it's called The Way, Way Back. It comes out in July, I think. It was picked up by Fox Searchlight, because there's nothing moving on the screen. I think it looks like that's weird. It's directed by Nat Faxon and Jim Rash. It's the first movie that they've directed, and that, I swear to God, something's moving.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah.
Got this kid named Duncan, played by Liam James, and his mom gets divorced, and they force Duncan to go on this trip with her and her new boyfriend.
Duncan, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think you are?
A 6.
I think you're a 3. Since I've been dating your mom, I don't see you putting yourself out there, bud. You can try to get that score up at my beach houses.
Freaking Steve Carell, who plays a douchebag, complete total douchebag, as this dude who wants to be his stepdad. I know everybody said that he was going to be all different and stuff like that in Burt Wonderstone, but that was just kind of silly. In this, he actually plays an asshole and plays it believingly. This is one of his best roles yet, because he's that kind of douchebag that's just passive-aggressively mean. He never like screams, he never raises a hand to Duncan, so Duncan can't be like, hey, you know, that dude just hit me, or that dude just cursed me out. He's a dick to him in such a way that if Duncan ran up to somebody, they'd be like, hey, he's making me carry his shit everywhere. And he was kind of rude when he said this, and someone would be like, get over it. It's just that perfect like passive aggressiveness that just makes you want to just be like, oh my God, you're such an asshole and nobody knows it but me. Perfectly portrayed by Steve Carell. He's just enough of a dick that he can get away with it, and his mom's like, well, I mean, he does have a point, even though he is a dick. How many times am I going to say dick or douche in this review? Let's just see dick douche. He's a dick douche. And Duncan, this poor kid, he's just awkward as hell. Like, he's just in that teenage stage that most of us go through where we just don't know how to interact socially with people. So
Who is this in all his awkward glory?
This is my son, Duncan.
I was gonna name my youngest Duncan, but we went with Peter. Finally, fixed his lazy eye, now it's even worse. Boop, boop.
Mom.
Just stare at the bridge of his nose, that's what I do.
You're the worst parent.
There's a message in the skies and in the streets.
Heads up, buddy. You need to wear that.
Mom, why do I have to wear this? Nobody else does.
Sexier, huh?
Something like that.
It's like spring break for adults.
This is Joan and Kip.
I'm the one who's not grinding on you right now.
Enjoy therapy.
he's not like beyond saving. He's not like picking his nose and like rubbing it on people or taking craps on the sidewalk in front of his family. Like, he's not just completely gone. He's just an awkward teenager, and he just can't catch a break. Up until the point where he meets Sam Rockwell's character, who's awesome. If everybody at that age had somebody like Sam Rockwell in this movie to like lead them along and like show them like how to be, our teenage years would have went a lot more smooth, because he's just a really cool guy. He's that slacker type of guy, but then again, it's not like a complete caricature of himself. Like, he actually has a heart, he gives a crap, he's a real person.
Afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You're having way too much fun. It's making everyone uncomfortable. Wow, I'm just kidding. That wasn't even my best stuff. Come on.
Just hold there for a sec.
This guy's an artist. Watch and learn.
And you are holding? Still holding? Just about ready to hold.
You think it's over now?
I need you to reorder more mats.
Did it?
Finish the work schedule for next week.
Did it?
So you know I'm gonna check all that stuff, right?
Oh, in that case, I didn't do any of that.
He owns a water park, so he takes a liking to Duncan, gives him a job there, and kind of forces him into these awkward situations that actually help him out and help him come into his own and learn how to interact with people, and he kind of makes him this like rock star of the water park.
I need somebody to do some odd jobs, clean up some vomit.
Definitely.
Does your mom know you work here?
Who's that big guy?
Is this the girl?
What are you doing over here talking to us?
Well, maybe, Roddy, if you guys hadn't called me over here.
Please let your lady friend know that this conversation was entirely about her.
This is my favorite Sam Rockwell performance in any movie. I just absolutely love and adore this character. Down to every little role. Maya Rudolph is in this. Toni Collette plays the mom. Every little role in this is acted just, I mean, flawlessly. If you're like me and you're seeing this through Duncan's eyes, because most of us went through this awkward teenage stage, everybody plays a character that you remember from that age. Like, oh, I remember, you know, so-and-so was just like that. I remember when people treated me like that. This movie just hits it on every single note, and that most of that comes from the writing. The writing in this movie is just spot on. There's hilarious line after hilarious line, and it's just so realistic and true to life that it's just, it's insane. It really does bring you back to that time.
Mom's boyfriend called me a 3. Who says that to somebody?
That's about him. That's got nothing to do with you.
How do you know?
Because I know. You gotta go your own way. And you, my friend, are going your own way.
Problem with most coming of age stories is that they're like, oh, well, the kid will get kissed on the cheek by some hot girl, and then all of a sudden the next day he'll walk through school and he's a badass all of a sudden, like everything's fine now. Some girl likes him. And you've got that romantic interest in this movie, but it doesn't play out like, oh, that's nice that that works in movie land. You actually see his transformation. You see what happens that gives Duncan confidence, that makes him go up to Steve Carell and be like, dude, you're a dick. Fuck off, I hate you. Water park becomes like a solace for him. So it reminds you of that one place that you might have had when you were a kid that you went to that was just like, oh, I can be normal here. I can be myself. I'm not trying to be cool or trying to be whatever or trying not to get beat up or trying not to look stupid in front of a girl. I can just be myself.
This is the only place I'm happy.
My doctor said not to get water on my face!
Come on!
You got a hell of a kid here.
Hold, please.
Hold. Hold there.
It's one of my favorite movies I've seen this year by far. My favorite coming of age story out of all the great coming of age stories out there, and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So it's on the top. It's on the top of the list. What is your favorite coming of age story of all time, and are you interested? Are you gonna go see The Way, Way Back? Comment below, let me know. I'm Mike, and I'll see you next time on We Watched a Movie.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.